Good morning, traders. Welcome to our daily webinar. This session would be out on YouTube, and for the rest of the week, I'll keep posting on YouTube. But for the rest of the week, you'll only have one single webinar, which would include the Forex, stocks, and cryptos in one. So for today, I'm doing it separately as a weekly webinar, right? Because I haven't posted the cryptos and the stocks for the weekly webinar. So the cryptos and the stocks will go down as weekly webinar because it's the same thing for the whole week, but you're going to get it daily as well. So let's go. I hope you guys watch the Forex one. If you're watching this one and you haven't seen the Forex weekly, please go and check it out. You can make your comments, you can like, and please share them so that you can help somebody see it. Let's go. We're in, this would be stocks and metals, but I've moved the gold and the silver up into Forex because we trade them more often there, right? We're in silver and copper, and you might want to watch this for a good sell setup. Right now, it's making this corrective structure here, which should go up. After which, there's a good chance you'll be going down. Right? This would be more of a big corrective structure here, this entire piece, and downside. The downside is more important because on the bigger picture, you can go for the buy, but in the bigger picture, the downside is what you're looking for because we're in this big corrective structure. Real big corrective structure, and we've come back up to the top here. So there's a good chance that if we look at this as a 1, 2, 3, we're going to come back down to the bottom here, way back to retest this. So you may want to keep your eyes on that for a bigger move down. If not, it's just going to be a bigger correction and continue to go up. So in any case, a sell setup is a good one. Right now, you have a short-term buy setup. You can make your choice if you want that. It's a short-term trade. I don't think it's going to go very far. Maybe just break the stop and then way back down. Oil, okay, so this is what we have. Oil, I think I will start by showing you the daily and oil. This is the big daily structure. There's a good chance, depending on how you look at this structure, there's a good chance that we're going to be making either a deep correction at this point, a very deep correction here before we continue to go, or we might even work our way down way back to the low again. Now, there's a reason for that. Either we look at this as a running flat, this entire structure here is a running flat, with a sharp move up there and a sharp move here. A drop, correction, drop, correction, drop. That is one possibility. Right? Let's say that is incorrect. Let's say that is not the pattern we're looking for. Let's assume for a second that this was the pattern we're looking for. And this was the final drop after a 1, 2, 3. Then this would be a bigger correction here and then continue to go up. Now, it doesn't have to go very fast. It could go very slow, but it's going to go up. So how do we know which one? Well, you might not know until it's finished or until it's starting to form, right? And we don't even know that that is the start of it. There's an assumption that could be the start of it, right, from that point, because you're making a deep pullback. Now, that deep pullback could either be something like this. You can already see the depth of the first impulse is equal to that one. Just something like this, work its way up here, come back here, do this, and then go. Or it could be something much deeper, then go. So keep an eye out for both possibilities. What you're going to look for here now is you've got a drop. There was a sell setup here that, well, kind of a very risky one. That is this one. Because you've got this and that might not be all the correction, right? But we'll assume that that is all and you have 1, 2, 3. So if this becomes a corrective structure, we look for a sell. But if this gives you a flag here for a buy, go for the buy for a corrective structure up. Right, this would be your first impulse down, this would be the corrective structure up, and then you'll drop again, which means after that, we're going to go up totally, right? So do we have a buy setup here? Well, right now, it's not getting actively like a buy setup. But if they're going to correct it deep to the upside, what you'd want to see is you'd want this to come down a little more like this. And if you get this, you can go for the buy. It's going to be short-term trades until they prove that this is all the correction, right? I think we're going to have a lot of short-term trades going up and then down again. Wait for that setup and then go for the buy. In terms of the sell, if it's going to be a sell, it will be a much bigger correction before you get a sell. So you'd have to wait for it to break or make a flag anywhere that you have a sell setup, right? An impulse and a flag before you go for sells. Same would be here. Similar structure, similar pattern, same thing in the daily. Natural gas, take that out. It's going down some more and we can just let it go down some more. Let it come back all the way to the bottom. I'm about to exclude the possibility of even an expanding flat here because this one is really sharp compared to this. It's possible it could be an expanding flat still, right? Or it's possible that's all the correction. And this one is coming back to the low here. Once it gets, you see this move down to the low had some bigger corrections in it, and this one doesn't have that bigger correction. So unless it makes a bigger correction here and come, it will not be similar in nature to that one. What we wait for here is we're in a big correction. This correction eventually will go up. The question is what form and what pattern we're going to get inside. Let's take this out for now, and I'll put it from the bottom here, assuming that this would go all the way to the bottom. So go back to the 1 hour. And well, you might get sell setups if it breaks through this, because you have a 1, 2, 3 up there, and this could be a sell setup. At least to come back to the low. From there, we'll start to look for buy setups again. If you're interested in the short-term sell, I don't think it's a good one, but if you're interested in it, that's a trade. Natural gas, sorry, not natural gas. Nasdaq, I just did the natural gas. Take this off. This is the downside. They actually made a sharp move up, and that means you're going to have more of a running flat pattern forming here. This should be something like that, because it didn't break the top. If it doesn't break the top, then you're assuming they'll do something like this and then come back here, which might put us in a big corrective structure here eventually. So buy setups, I wouldn't think you'd want to take it. There's a short-term buy setup here. Not the best one, especially with that sharp wave there. Eventually you get them. We don't have it anywhere else. If you take the buy here, if they give you a buy setup here and you take this trade, just make sure it makes an impulse, put it to break even, because it could come back right down. Rare chances of it going back to the top. So I'll be careful right now of the buy in this position that it is. If I'm going to buy, let it go higher, make a flag or make a bigger correction, and then look for the buy. Sell setups, and you'll probably get another sell setup here. Let's pull back a little more. That's a sell setup. You get a small flag here, and that's a sell setup. Just like this one, for example, or just like this one, for example. Wait for the pullback and sell. S&P 500, let's see what we have here. Take that out. You're getting a sell setup here, but that is short term because you're within this one. So you got to come here, go back up, and then you get the sell, right? If you sell this, it might make a running flat, but it's not the best one because we don't have anything for this sharp wave up. We don't have anything for that. This was the first wave. That was the final wave up. So you're making a running flat there, which means this piece would break, come here, go back up there, and then drop. That is likely the pattern we're going to look for. If you get that pattern, then you get a good sell setup. Next, same thing here. You want a little pullback. Maybe some down, then pull back. You get a flat there. Go for the sell. This one already has it, so you can look for the sell side. This is what I'm looking for, see? In the last two that I show you, this is what we're looking for. Come on, what's wrong with these lines every time I try to get it? This one, yeah. See this here? If this proves the downside, anywhere between here and here, you get a flag, you sell, or put an entry order here for the downside. That's what I would do, right? So you're in this pattern. Can it actually go higher? Well, you will not be tagged if you put an entry order at the bottom here and they go higher. Right? If it goes higher, do you have a buy setup? No, you don't. This has to make a flag here. Now you have a buy setup to the top. That is going to be to this top, after which you're going down. But if this drops, that is okay. We can make an argument that that is all the correction. You can make an argument for it. Not the best one, but you can make an argument for that. The chance of it going up, yes, that exists. You can look at that possibility too. You're going sideways here, right? You're going sideways, after which you should come down. And when you get that sideways move happening like this, chances are, whether it goes to the top or not, you're going to get one more down. And then we'll see what happens from that point. Nifty, more of a consolidation for upside. I think we'll go with this as more of a consolidation for upside. Look for flags, buy. Let's see in the 1 hour if we have flags. You're getting a flag on the 1 hour right now. You're getting a correction here for upside, right? Because this is what you'll be trying. See if you get back to that level and then see how they go. If they go really fast, they can break out. If they go really slow, we might even get a new low. Still possible, right? Tesla, look for your buys, and you might get a better buy if you get a flag here to go up. Amazon, definitely upside. Just wait for the setup. You don't have the setup as yet. Wait for the setup. You're going up. Amazon, if you've been tracking with us since I started doing the daily free webinars, we were somewhere in here when we were showing you this move up, this move down, this all these. I took out this one. The rest of them we kept, which is this one, this one, this one, and this one to the upside. You just have to move this a little more here on this one. So I think this is what we're going to expect. Let's see if it plays out. At least two pieces played out already. Let's see if this one play out and if they come back down. All of that is based on patterns that we know, right? Big correction for upside. So after Amazon have done all this correction, you want to buy here because if I'm wrong and this goes, you're very good in the money. If it comes to the top here and come back down like I said it should do, you can buy back here again because this should go. See? Pretty easy. And when I say buy back, I don't mean it comes to that level and you buy back. You wait for a setup when it comes to that level to buy. So right now you're getting a buy setup in this one. Take the trade. I don't think it's going to go. I don't think that is the one that will take off. But if I'm wrong, it will take off. If I'm right, they're going to come here and come back down. Why? Because I'm looking at specific patterns. That tells me when they get there, they'll have to come back down. Because that is a known pattern. Now, just in case you're watching this for the first time, it's not about the market making patterns. Don't go with that simplicity nonsense. It's about the way the market behaves, creates specific patterns. What we are looking for is these specific patterns that we can identify. And the way this one is behaving right now, the way the market is behaving right now, the way the players in the market are buying and selling tells me that they're probably repeating the same thing they did in the past. The same way they were buying and selling this stock. Whatever they're going to do, I have no idea. Why they're doing it, I have no idea. But whatever they're doing is creating a specific pattern. We've seen this before. If you have seen the way a runner runs before, you have a good idea how he's going to run in this race, right? If you've seen a chess player played before, you have a good idea how he's going to play in the next game. If you've seen a space shuttle going up before, you have a good idea how the next one should go up. If we see how the market behaves the last time when it was doing specifically this, you have a good idea what it could do this time, especially if the same set of patterns are forming, which means the people are just doing exactly what they did the last time. Manipulating the market, maybe. Just doing business, maybe. I have no idea. I don't need to know. It's useless. You need to follow what they're doing because whatever they're doing is recorded. Right? Don't worry with what they're telling you, worry with what they're doing because whatever they do, they can't hide. It's recorded, right? They're buying or they're selling is recorded. Why they're doing it, you might never know. They can tell you, but this doesn't mean that they're telling you the truth. So follow the patterns. That's what we're doing. And we're saying, hey, guys, we've seen this before. And every time we see them doing this set of series of moves, it creates this reaction. This is the next piece to it. And if this next piece behaves, then we will have this pattern that we know. We're going to get it wrong every now and then. Don't worry about that. When you're wrong, you're not in the trade. When you're right, you're in the trade. SLR, upside but correction, which means they're just doing this. Look for sells. You're already at top. Look for sell setup. Okay, this one is a good correction. It came down as we expected it to come down when we had this last week. I said to you, wanted to come back here, and it came back. Now we're looking for the buy setup and the breakout, or wherever you get a flag for a buy. Can they come back some more down? Yeah, they can come back. I don't think the downside is going to give you any profit. Reliance, it's coming down. Look for sell setup, especially if you get some consolidation in here. Look for that trade down. Let's see if we have any not much of a consolidation there. You just have one move. So you're not going to get a trade today. You're probably going to watch this, do this, then go back up, and then you'll get a trade. Something like that. So I'll stop this recording. This is there. We will add some more stocks to this. I couldn't figure out what else the general public needs, because there wasn't a lot of recommendation in stock and nobody voted in them. So we don't know if one person said he wants this, that's just one person. I would figure out a way how to put it in the community section so you guys can tell me. Or if everybody can, if 10 or 20 people can say, hey, this is the one. Under this video, if 10 of you are going to tell me this is the stock you want, or 20 of you, 30 of you, or 50 of you want this specific one that I don't have on, the more people that say they want that one, the chances of that one getting on the list is going to be higher. So if you want the specific one, you mention it, and let's see how many people can go under that comment and say, yes, let's get this one on. Right? Thank you very much. Have a great week ahead of you. And remember, you will have the entire video with the stocks, the Forex, the stocks, and the cryptos all in one webinar starting tomorrow. Right? So you can go skip and watch the part you want if you don't trade Forex. It would be good if you watch all of them, because you would learn something on wave analysis, even if you don't trade it. You would learn something on wave analysis by watching. You would learn how patterns develop. Please share this if you like it. If you think you're getting some benefits out of it, make sure you share it to someone else you know who's a trader. Thank you very much. Bye.